Ladies and gents, I'm Rex, and this is the Protein World Saga by the channel Sargon of Akkad. Yeah, I did, British crusade against slavery, something like that video from this channel. They made some great points that I never heard of from anywhere, and they were basically facts, I guess, right? People, it was kind of a controversial because there were lots of comments just saying from both sides, but that's not unusual. But there's, he made some really good points on that. And so people also commented that I should react to this, I guess. I don't know what this is about. Radical feminist, is that any other kind? Managed to shoot themselves in the foot. Okay, first of all, radical feminist, is that any other kind? I'm pretty sure there is, but they are not the one that you hear. So that's why you think that is not their kind, right? Radical feminists who get pissed off on every point, that is the one you hear, right? Crazy and morons are the one you're going to hear the loudest. So don't think those are the only one, right? So yeah. Okay, so radical feminists manage to shoot themselves in the foot by causing a big ruckus about something nobody else cares about and ends up helping their enemy make £1 million. Okay. I don't know what this is, but I guess we'll see. Yeah, before I started, I realized that Sargon of Akkad is a really right-wing, right? And he has some strong ideas. I don't know, I haven't seen much of his videos, I guess. But yeah, I'm not right-wing, right? But that doesn't mean I'm, one of those left-wing who just shuts off their ear and don't see reason, right? I'm more scientific guy, right? Who see reason, doesn't matter if you're left-wing or right-wing. So if you make good points, I'll basically say on that, like, that's a fucking good point. I'm not left, I'm not right, I don't know what maybe I'm in center, I don't know. But yeah, that's it.
Gather round, ladies and gentlemen, because I'd like to tell you about Protein World and the saga of their advertising campaign, Are You Beach Body Ready? Now, I don't know about you, but I'm not very fit, and I'm not really interested in being all that fit.
A few years ago, I used to be. Right now, I'm not that fit, but yeah.
Seems like a lot of work. And so when I see these kind of fitness adverts placed around, I look at them and think, yeah, that's too much work for me. And so naturally, I just forget all about it and carry on with my day. What I don't do is take to Twitter to bitch and moan about it. Unlike Hannah Atkinson.
Isn't that what Twitter's for?
A no-account feminist who saw this advert on the London Underground and just couldn't resist.
Despise!
She tweeted, "This advert pretty much sums up everything that I despise about how we treat and value women's bodies." Hannah appears to be bitching about good looks and hard work and effort paying off for other people. But because she's a feminist, wouldn't you know it, BuzzFeed decided to feature her tweet on their shitty-ass site. Sounds like it's time to start a controversy, doesn't it?
Can you guess what these sexist adverts are trying to sell? Okay, if you live in London, get the tube, you've probably seen this advert featuring a woman in a bikini asking other women if they are beach body ready. It's an ad for a company. I mean, what's sexist about that?
Feminists across the Twitterverse were of course shocked that this was happening. How could an attractive woman be put on a poster? So naturally they went to deface them. This generally involved feminists walking up to the adverts, writing some
"Stop encouraging women to starve themselves." Isn't that a company? Isn't this a company advertisement? When they're talking like this is some kind of a government mandated campaign or something. Mandatory for everybody.
Something or scribbling something on them and then bravely tweeting about it. And a couple of them even decided to use their own bodies to deface this poster. And the one on the left looks like she's come straight out of the fucking 50s, doesn't she? And the feminists really went crazy with this. They seem to take it on like it's some sort of community activity, like this needed to be done to advance the cause of feminism. I absolutely adore this. This insane ad, from Protein World revealed my previously untapped urge to vandalize. Good for you. I particularly like this one. The Vagenda team say, "We love London. Fuck patriarchy." This, again, is just more proof than I can use to show that the word patriarchy is interchangeable with the word standards. You see, feminists love mobs. They love forming mobs because without mobs they seem crazy. And so when one of them finds something that they can all get offended by, because all of these feminists are kind of pudgy, the backlash begins. The backlash, of course, largely took place on Twitter, with thousands of feminists taking to a change.org petition. Remove the "Are you beach body ready" advertisements. Almost 60,000 fat lazy feminists were like, yeah, I'll tweet my support for that. The justification for this was, of course, retarded. Protein World is directly targeting individuals, aiming to make them feel physically inferior to the unrealistic body image of the bronzed model in order to sell their product. Now, this is true. I mean, if you are in fact a land whale who sits on her ass and uses Twitter all day, then this will be an unrealistic body image.
A company's trying to find the best possible image for their product, which is that model, to sell their shit, to tell you that if you really try, you can achieve that too. What's wrong with that? Look, first of all, feminist at its core isn't the movement started for more rights for the women, right? So they believe in rights and, I guess, free democratic world, right, as at the core of them. But when you go out and basically partition an advertisement to put off, like you pull off from the, I guess the TV and everywhere, basically posters and things, aren't you going against free speech? So what are you? Do you believe in more freer world, or you're more like dictator type who you're gonna decide which is right or not, right? Because free world doesn't work based on what you think how it works, right? It's free world, free speech. You can't pull down advertisement because you disagree with it. Second of all, look, body shaming is a real thing, right? Especially in the social media world, Instagram and everything. Body shaming is a real fucking thing. People get depressed, people get anxiety, people even fucking kill themselves. It's a real fucking issue. But that issue is with the social media and how people troll, not things like this advertisement, right? And there is a fucking weird movement that is happening in past few years, right? Like, people are basically shaming people who are fit, which how you should be, which is scientific way of being, right? And I'm not talking about fucking single digit percentage body fat, right? That's competition shit. You don't have to be there. But just being lean enough, right? Just being fit enough. That is a scientific way of saying that you're healthy. People have this weird shit nowadays that they applaud people who are fat and obese, right? And shame people who are fit. Have you lost your fucking mind? Look, man, you can debate everything, but you can't debate science, right? Science is the fact, right? Science is what it is. And science basically tells you that if you're fat and obese, you have a health problem that will basically eat you alive, right? It's illegal to kill yourself. Suicide is illegal. So how is, being fat and obese and slowly killing yourself should be encouraged. People clap like, oh, all right, look at that. The guy and women, whatever, is obese. And somebody's really slim and toned is like, eat something, and people like this shame them. Have you lost your fucking mind, right? I'm not saying, fat and obese people don't have hard time losing fat. I used to be fat too, 10 years ago, right? I had to get shredded, right? It was fucking hard, right? Not fat, but fat enough, I guess. Right? I used to be that, right? And then I got, really slim, right? I didn't start to work out, but I just got slim, right? So, people who are obese and fat, it's not good to make fun of them, right? That's never good, right? But at least encouraging to be more healthy is what it should be, is at least you can do. And as far as, really slim bodied models like that, don't show them on advertisement. What are you talking about, right? I mean, we revere and promote the epitome of, whatever field you're talking about. So if you're talking about healthy, of course, you're going to show one of the most trim model you can find to see this is the top of the line. This is the most achievable thing you can do, and even you can do it, right? I mean, it's competition. In whatever field, the best thing you can do and achieve the best goals are the one who gets revered more. Like, you did it, that kind of thing. So if somebody achieves really slim body, and becomes a model, right? And then you shame them. First of all, you are the one who's saying that this is unachievable. but somebody fucking achieved it. So how about you clap for them, like, holy shit, I can't do this and you did, right? I'm admitting that this is unrealistic, but you achieved something unrealistic, so I'm going to applaud you. The world works on competition. That's why we have Olympics. Are we going to say, all the male around the world is going to say, why are you talking about Mike Tyson? Why are you promoting Mike Tyson? Right? That's unrealistic thing. Not everybody can be Mike Tyson. So, cancel Mike Tyson. Don't promote Mike Tyson. What? No, we all can't achieve it, but he fucking did. We are going to applaud that, right? Not the other way around. So I don't understand what this is happening, right? In the spectrum of things always go in the other side way too fast, right? People, fat shame, body shame, and that is wrong. But then people go in the whole another spectrum from there. Like, okay, fuck it, we're gonna body shame fit people and applaud people who are obese. You're not supposed to applaud who are obese, right? You're not supposed to make fun of them, but you're not supposed to applaud them. You're supposed to encourage people to, get more healthy, because it's literally healthy. It's science, right? If you're obese, you get health problem. It's a scientific fact now. So I don't know.
We'll never achieve it. The bit I found most amusing, though, is the idea that Protein World were directly targeting individuals. What, did it have your fucking name on it or something? Or is this a case that you are a giant fucking narcissist and you think you are the center of the fucking universe? Perhaps not everyone's priority is having a beach body. By the way, what is that? A toned, attractive body. They showed you in the picture, you fucking idiots. And by making someone feel guilty for not prioritizing it by questioning their personal choices is a step too far. They didn't make you do shit. This is so fucking subjective, it's retarded. Listen, dipshit, they don't know who you are. They didn't know you were going to see their adverts, feel bad about yourself for being fat and lazy, and then take up to change.org to write a petition about it. But you know what? This campaign was a complete, resounding success. It's been announced that they're taking down the ads, but haven't given a precise reason. Doesn't matter though, I'm sure that it's been influenced by all your contributions to this cause. This is a cause now, and I'm glad to have been part of this. Naturally, The Guardian got well on board. Beach body ready tube ads to be taken down ahead of mass protest. This protest is called Taking Back the Beach, and it's due to happen on May the 2nd. They want people to turn up at Hyde Park in...
Yeah, democracy just lost. You just lost the free speech argument right there. You just said that we are going to cave down, basically, because certain people don't like what the product we are selling and what we are putting out, because it's not free speech anymore if certain people believe that that's not how world should work, right? I mean, this is my view, right? This is my product. This is my thing that I'm putting outside. But free speech don't matter no more because 2 or 3 people got their, I guess, feelings hurt. It's an ad. It's not a government mandated campaign.
Their bikinis and swim shorts and whatnot, which I'm sure won't be the most disgusting thing you've ever fucking seen. And apparently this was never about suggesting that people shouldn't try to get fit if they want to. If having rippling abs is your thing, more power to you. I bet you rock them. But I'm so tired of it being an expectation. What are you fucking talking about? If it was an expectation, then there would be no need for the advert. The idea that your body should be covered up and hidden away if it doesn't meet these bizarrely specific requirements, I'm over it, you guys. I think you're projecting all over it.
Yes, it's projecting. That's the what it's an insecurity about these people. Nobody said anything about expectation. Nobody forced you to do anything, and yet you took offense, right? This is your own insecurity, and you're basically, lashing out and making people do things like taking down their ads. And I blame the people like this company who take down the ads. If you cave into people like this, right? I mean, they're gonna gain power. And this is how the social media became a thing. Few 100,000 here and there cry, bitch and moan, and people do things based on that. There are millions and billions of people around the world. You're going to cave in because a few 100,000 on Twitter said something?
Is what you're doing. This isn't about the advert, this is about you. But you know what, my dear feminists? You shouldn't count your calories before you've eaten them, because you might find yourself eating an apple rather than a Mars bar. Because it turns out that these posters were being removed from the underground as they are at the end of their advertising cycle, in quotes, as if that is a made-up excuse. But on top of that, they had only actually received one complaint about the advert. All of this noise on Twitter by angry, indignant, self-righteous feminists. One complaint. But they do have a zero-tolerance policy towards graffiti and take action to prevent and remove it. I wonder if that involves prosecuting any of the fuckwits who put their pictures on Twitter saying, hey, I did this. Probably not, to be honest, because feminists are so pathetically childlike that everyone looks at them and goes, oh, do we have to deal with them? Let's just let them go. They're pointless. They can't affect any kind of change.
They are not pointless though, because they did something and they did make this company take down the poster. That's a real world effect, right?
Except for body shaming more attractive women, which is almost every woman, really. The model said, I think nearly every ad campaign you have ever seen is open to interpretation. But saying the ad is body shaming by body shaming the image is very contradictory. Two wrongs don't make a right. Well, that's true, but I have to warn you, feminists are not in any way concerned with being in the right. What they're concerned...
I understand this, right? I mean, why do people always resort to the most extremes of thing, right? Body shaming is a real issue, but then you go around attacking fit people. Like, that's how the world should be. Body shaming shouldn't happen, so I guess we're going to reward the people who are out of shape and obese and shame the people who are fit. Have you lost your mind, right? I mean, people have no issue with shaming smokers. When somebody's obese, people are like, yeah, good for you. Good for you what? It's a health problem. They're literally eating themselves to death, right? I mean, I'm not some fucking model, as you can clearly see, yeah, right? I even told you I used to be, really fat, right? And then I got into shape because I fucking wanted to, yeah, right? If you admit to yourself like this is, I can't get in shape, right? Then you're admitting to yourself like you're weak, right? What's the point of anything if you're just admitting to yourself, I can lose my fat and get into good enough shape? And I'm not talking about model, right? Very few people are model-like. Just getting good enough shape, man. Just healthy shape.
Concerned with is projecting their own fears and insecurities onto this attractive young woman. And we can see this in the example of Miranda Fey. Stop encouraging women to starve themselves. How dare you? How very dare you? Well, it turns out that the model behind this is a strict vegan. She says, I'm a real person behind the image. I work very hard and live a healthy and active lifestyle, which is why Protein World chose me for their campaign. I couldn't work every day as a full-time model by starving myself, dieting, or not looking after my body. Nourish your body, be kind to it, and it will love you right back, no matter your size. What the fuck is this shit? Eat healthily, do exercise, feel good about yourself. That sounds like the fucking patriarchy, doesn't it? This model seems to be a real success story, in fact. She works out 4 to 5 times a week, including beach running and Pilates with weights, and she's always been a bit on the skinny side. But yeah, that's right, feminists. You shame her into saying that she starves herself. She finishes the interview by saying, I work hard to keep my body looking healthy and fit, which means eating 6 times a day, which is strange for someone who's starving themselves, isn't it? And working out with resistance and weights to make sure I maintain lean muscle. Yeah, to be honest with you, you've lost them already.
That's a good fucking point that I have to say it. First of all, anybody who's trying to gain muscles and any kind of a fit body, they're not starving themselves, right? If you want to look anorexic, that's a different look. These are not the moral look. Then you starve yourself. If you want to look good, you don't starve yourself. Believe me, right? Trying to build my body, I come to the area where I don't want to fucking eat, but I have to. That's where I was at. 6 to 7 times of eating throughout the day, right? I mean, you have to eat healthy. That's it. Healthy food. You can't chomp on the cheese and massive calorie pizzas and things like that. Oil and fried food. All the people who are obese probably, eat very less time throughout the day, but eat just junk food. And that's why they're obese and fat. But the people who are really fit eats more than that, right? But eat healthy food. Keep their metabolism going by eating multiple times a day, eating lots of protein, actually exercising and working out to get their heart and oral health better. And that's unrealistic. Nobody tells you to be anything, but just be in the healthy spectrum. How hard is that, right? Everything's hard. Living life is hard. World is fucking hard. Nothing will give, nobody will just walk up to you and give you anything, right? Everything you do, from the school to getting a job, right, to getting married and everything, raising kids, everything's fucking hard. So why is maintaining your health would be easier? But just because it's hard doesn't mean, people just get pissed off like it's unattainable. No, it's not. It's hard, but it's not unattainable.
Trust me, the feminists are not following at this point. All they're hearing is fat shaming. Because they're fat. This even rallied other celebrities to come out against feminism. Louisa Zisman slams bra-burning feminists against Protein World bikini body adverts after she's announced as their ambassador. Her opinion is that the controversy surrounding Protein World is the extreme feminist brigade letting off some bra-burning steam once again. How very right you are. The most accurate bit about this is characterizing them as extremists, because they absolutely are. You're reading that correctly. Protein World actually received bomb threats from feminists. Richard Staveley, the head of global marketing for Protein World, told ITV's Good Morning Britain that there had been violent and physical threats on the company's head office. He said, "We've had a bomb threat. That's been reported to the police and is currently being investigated, but I can't say any more than that." Holy fucking shit! Unsurprisingly, this led Protein World to label these feminist campaigners as terrorists. Probably because they're acting like terrorists. What would be the point of calling it a bomb threat if not to spread terror? Which, of course, makes feminism look more and more like Islamism. This isn't even a joke either. I mean, it's not the fact that they've got unquestionable dogma. It's not the fact that they're sending bomb threats and terrorizing people in order to get their way. In this instance, it's that feminists have done exactly what Muslims have done. Seriously, what the fuck modern feminism? What, do you want them to wear fucking burqas or something? Jesus fucking Christ.
By the way, a law should be simple, right? Law should not be acknowledging groups and things like that. So whether they're feminist or any other group don't matter. Vandalism is a real, breaking of the law. So this is vandalism. Police should pursue that, like who fucking did that, regardless of which group they belong to. And anyway, if you're trying to, get, your point out there and you just, do vandalism, talk about bomb threats and shit like that, you already lost. Nobody's going to hear you. Even, anybody who you could have reached out to, anybody who's, good enough at heart, you could have reached out to with your points. Even they are not going to listen now because of all this shit.
Would you just stop for 5 minutes and take a fucking look at yourselves? Of course, commentators on the internet found this wildly hilarious, and feminists just look like a raving pack of lunatics, projecting their own insecurities over everything, on everything, regardless of common sense or decency. But do you know who the real winners here were? The real winners were Protein World. By a fucking landslide. So far, their £250,000 media campaign has reaped £1 million in direct sales revenue. Protein World have made out like fucking bandits because of feminist outrage, and the very best part of this is that they've done it with the most rare form of elan I have ever seen. They simply do not give a fuck. Seriously, if you want a good laugh, go to the Protein World Twitter feed and watch them rip the piss out of feminists. Because like all things with modern day radical feminism, and pretty much all feminism is radical these days, they don't realise how deeply, deeply unpopular they are. Nobody is on their side. Just
look, it's basic. It's nothing to think more. It's basic. There are, 6-8 billion people in the world, right? And among them, if there are people who excel at certain things, we basically revere them, right? We basically applaud them. That's how the Olympics work, right? That's how the boxing world heavyweight champions and everything work, right? Top of the line, UFC heavyweight champion. Now, how many of all of us can be UFC heavyweight champion? Basically, none of us. Only 1 or 2 amongst billions can become UFC heavyweight champion. That's why we revere them, because they are rarity, right? So saying that this image is, unachievable, unattainable, right? That is the whole fucking point. You are saying that this is unrealistic things. This is unachievable, unattainable. But some of them did. The one that you're fucking looking at the poster, that's human, not a robot. Nobody sculpted her. She did that, right? So you're supposed to applaud that, right? You're supposed to say, all right, put her on every fucking poster and every magazine and every ad there is, because that's the pinnacle of things, right? Everyone should be aiming for that. None of them will reach it, but at least you should be aiming for that, so you at least come close. That's how things work, right? I mean, that's why George Clooney and Brad Pitt receives million for movie, because everybody want to watch them and, aspire to that, even though none of them will, right? You put the best thing on the top and try to achieve that, and that's how society works. It's not like, oh, we can't achieve it, so take down the ad. Nobody's forcing you to, right? It's just something like, look at that, at least we should try and achieve that. It's not there to, I guess, depress you, right? It's not there to, as body shame you or anything. It's just something to, aspire to. It's an ad for a protein company, right? It's not a government mandated thing like everybody has to be this. I mean, this is just fucking stupid.
The little fucking echo chamber. That's it. And as we can clearly see, pandering to feminists and social justice warriors gets you nothing. Sticking by your guns and telling these modern day moral busybodies to fuck off doesn't hurt one bit.
I remember this. I guess he was, I don't know, was he doing stand-up or something? I remember him standing on the podium and saying, everybody's saying I'm offended by that. Well, so fucking what? I remember Stephen Fry saying that. That is a good point, right? Everybody's like, I'm offended by that. Oh, let's discuss this. Discuss what? You're offended, so fucking what? Be offended. Why do I give a fuck if you're offended? How does that change anything? I'm not here to please you, right? Facts are fact. Things are what they are. You're offended, go fuck yourself, I guess. I don't know. Look, I'm not right-wing, right? I'm more on the left side. But I'm not going to say I'm completely left side because of shit like this, right? Because left side should be, I guess, proposing more rights for people, right? Rights for women, rights for people, right? I don't know, overall like healthcare and things like that. But at the same fucking time, these are one of the most Nazi type of people you ever find, who's trying to suppress free speech. If you don't see it our way, we'll fucking bomb you. That's what their mentality is. And they don't even see the fucking reason. Like, snowflakes, right? These are the words spread around, and it is kind of true. Like how weak-minded you are, right? Chill out. Nobody's telling you to, completely achieve that. But at least that is something that you can aspire to. That's the whole fucking thing. I don't see Brock Lesnar and I'm like, don't promote Brock Lesnar, take him out of WWE, right? Don't promote him, don't give out his fucking t-shirt and everything, because nobody can be Brock Lesnar. Yeah, that's the fucking thing. I can't be Brock Lesnar. He's something that I can't be, and that's something that I can aspire to. I can see that and see like, holy shit, look at that. Everything he achieved in his life, holy shit, look at that. Some UFC fighter, holy shit, look at that. Some Olympic gold medalist, look at that. I can never do that in 7 lifetimes, but he did. And that's fucking awesome. That's how the world is, right? That's how the world has ever been. Thousands of years ago, in, I guess, Roman time and even the Greek time, the most powerful and best warrior was revered by everybody, right? He was like a celebrity of the time. So this is a trend throughout the human, history, right? For thousands of years. The best of us, the rare person who's better at everything, gets revered and, applauded. So if a model is on a fitness company's ad, how is that far-fetched thing? That's not a government mandated ad, like all women should be this from now on or something like that. It's not that. That's not Saudi Arabia, for fuck's sake. Government is not, basically telling everybody what to do. That's a company's ad. It's a company's free speech, free world. Fuck you. Take down the ads. What are you talking about? Alright, people, that was the Protein World Saga by the channel Sargon of Akkad. I have way too many things to say about this, I guess. I've just made a 30-minute reaction video of an 11-minute video, but yeah. Alright, people, I don't watch too many politics. I'm not on social media. I just stay away from all that shit, right? but I do have common sense. I like to think I'm scientifically literate, right? So when I see something that is just beyond common sense, I like to say shit, right? Like I said, I'm not right wing, but I'm not even sure if I'm completely left. I don't know where I'm at. Maybe center, a bit of left. I don't know. All right. If you like my reaction, don't forget to like and subscribe. And yeah, I'll see you next time.